She's probably like, yeah, I pallet stun and blinded the mirrors. I'm awesome. Thanks for the follow. Is that Hina or Hina? Why do they drop pallets against the nurse? I mean, you can hit a nurse with a pallet, but it's a matter of timing. But usually throwing pallets, vaulting windows usually just locks you in an animation. Ooh, look at Michaela. She watched a tutorial that said when the nurse holds her blink, you run back towards her. No hacks today. I had not hacked in like nearly 2 weeks. Mike's too quiet, game's too loud. Okay, let me check that. My mic is cranked up to the max, 500%. Game is at 100. Bring the game down to 80. I am talking low though. Check, check. 1, 2. Learn your lesson, Michaela. She's done. All you can do against the nurse is hope for the best. I guess it depends on the skill level of the nurse. Don't you want this pallet stun, Kate? You did not. You're not doing that. I don't know what the tea bags are for. What do you suppose those tea bags are for? Malicious? Or friendly? Yes, you can stun the nurse, but most of the time it's useless. Oh, she started moving, huh? I feel like she'll kill herself, this one. Trying to give her the wiggle meter. Nope, she wanted out. They just won't learn, huh? I don't know, some people teabag to try to, like, appeal to you and be friendly, and others are doing it to be nasty. Hard to tell. Sometimes hard to tell. Other times it's obvious to tell. I guess we could just chase her for fun. I'm blocking her from vaulting the pallet. Bang thinks she's juicing. I like to teabag because I know it's confusing, so I'll just stay crouched and point. I don't know what to do with this bunch. It's like I could end these games really fast, but I'm trying to be nice because it's like we're playing with little baby survivors, and they probably just get smacked around a lot by killers and tunneled out, and they don't get to escape much. Where's Vittorio? I don't know. Hiding. You know, I keep forgetting we do have this perk, which just gave us nothing. Oh, there we go. Come on, Juicer. Wow. Surprise, mother lover. You're really good with nurse. Any tips? I mean, there's lots of tips. Trying to think of what would be... I mean, everything is really muscle memory. But then on top of that, you need to know where you're placing your blinks, and also how to place them there. And so in chases, they're all together. So in chases, your first blink is for positioning, and your second blink is for reaction. So I know that they were on that gen, but they probably ran off by now because my terror radius. But they're probably not far. They're probably like back here somewhere. Oh, see, right, hiding behind the gen and the lockers. Alright, so first blink would be placement. I don't want to blink right on top of him, but more like behind him. And second blink would be for your follow-up reaction because, well, he's just running straight, but if you're playing against really good survivors, they're going to change their movement a lot. And you have to read them. So he's not looking back and he's running straight. So I can predict blink on him for the most part. And see, like, that's another thing, you don't always want to use your second blink. So if I place my first blink in a spot where, like, let's say I blink over here and I'm like far from him, I could use my second blink because he was running right into me. But like, you really only want to use your second blink. Not always, but generally speaking, you want to use your second... Look at that fat shaming spot. You want to use your second blink when you know that you're going to get the hit. Because otherwise what happens is, if you use one blink, right? And then you go into fatigue, your fatigue is shorter than if you used two. So if I used one, and then I used another one... Now my fatigue is longer than it would be, and it takes longer to get those blinks back. See, I can't... Now I have two blinks back, but if I just use one for travel, and then I wait and I get the second blink back now I still have two, and I can use one for positioning, and then... See, I had nowhere to go with that, so I just let my blink... I just held it and went into my fatigue. I didn't use it. And then on top of that, if you swing, you add like another extra second on your blink, on your fatigue, rather. So if I blink once here, blink again, and let's say I go to swing and someone's there and I miss it, now I have a very long fatigue and recharge. Not sure if that makes sense the way I said it, but... So another trick is, like, if I'm gonna blink through this pallet, right? Are you losing Moris when you let them escape? No. So mostly rely on the first blink to hit and second blink for support. No, you don't really go for a hit on the first blink. I mean, you can... If you hit them, you can hit on the first blink, but you usually shouldn't be trying to do that. The first blink should be more of putting yourself in a position so that whatever they do, if they run to the left, right, forward, or run back at you, your second blink you can use that to react and get them with the second blink. Man, they're just like really off the radar here. They gotta be on this far gen. What? They're not even... Alright, so look, I position my blink right here, but then I use my second blink as the follow-up to get the hit. These are like over here waiting by the gate. I'm guessing somebody's on this gen on the way back here. I'll make them work for it. I can't believe this fat shaming spot here. So I think he ran that way. Anyway, they're in this like little 3 gen right now. So let's say I'm gonna blink on that gen. I probably want to blink in a place where it's like, oh, they're around here. Assuming they're gonna run off the gen. See? Well, I don't know. I bet someone's still lurking around this gen to finish it. See, I used my second blink there for... I shouldn't have probably, but I just did just to get closer. See, I can hit with that first blink. I wasn't going for the hit, but because I landed right on him, I swung. See if we put him on the Scourge hook over here, they'll... Why do all nurses run agitation? They don't all, but I've been running it a lot lately because it really just helps you get to hooks faster or get to Scourge hooks depending on where they're at. So it's like, it's a time saver. It can help you get to hooks before people break out, especially against like aggressive teams that are trying to take body block hits and stuff like that. So I'm guessing they're up on the, she's up on that top gen. See, she ran off of it. So I'm not going to blink on the gen, but rather I'd blink like way back here, you know. She's probably in the locker. Let's see. Yep. I put on the white hook because it blew up the gen. That's a Scourge hook with pain resonance. It took 25% off the gen. See him walking back there, so I'm gonna put my blink here. I went through the locker and I saw him in this locker as I blinked through it. You can see through. Was I seeing things? Or maybe I passed him. I thought he was in here, no? Yeah. Alright, so he's still got a hook. And that's it. They're all death hook now. Because in the bottom left you can see... Oh, wait a minute. Someone's not death hook. But Kate. How do you get off? Oh, she's there. Okay. Alright, so she ran that way, but a good survivor... See, she's running straight, but a really good survivor would not just keep running straight. So I'm going to blink behind her as if she had a tail, right? Well, I kind of went in front of her, but... See, I could swing now because I landed there. So that's another thing I would want to say is like... You do your first blink, and you're tempted to charge. I'm tempted to charge my second blink immediately, but it's best a lot of times, not always, but it's best to like not charge. And see, since I didn't charge, I landed right where she was and I could hit her. Because you have this little window after your first blink to where you can charge the next one, but it's a very small window. But if you charge your second blink, you're stuck blinking. You can't cancel it. The only way to cancel it is to aim down. And if you can do that, but if you're like on a second floor or the basement's under you. See, I just eat the stun and keep my 2 blinks. So if I blink here, I have this little small window right there to blink again. And sometimes it's not best to immediately charge your second blink. It's better to wait and see what the survivor does. So I'm going this way. She's a little too far for like a safe second blink, so I just eat the stun and resume the chase. See, I could just hit her because she's walking in me. It's hard to explain when you're going against like survivors that are playing like potatoes, because I'm trying to explain things that you would do actually against really good survivors. So that's another thing I did right there, because I blinked here, but I turned after the blink and did like sort of a, I don't know if it's not a 180, but she's gonna bleed out. She's gonna bleed out. Well, I guess I'll just mori her then. Yeah, she wasn't crawling out the gate, so she technically did bleed out, I think, but I got her with the mori animation last second. So with your first blink, right, you have a 20-meter range, and so once it's fully charged, she closes her hand, and you see you can go really far. But your second blink, max range is like 12 meters. So, you know, you really have to get the feeling for those times of the blinks. A lot of it is muscle memory. The thing is, there's so much to explain that I would literally have to make a tutorial from beginning to end to really start with like the basics onto like intermediate to advanced. I might do that, but it's going to take a lot of time and effort, because I would go into really detailed examples, and I'd probably have to go in a custom lobby with someone and show the examples in action. P100 nurse is crazy. I might have been the first P100 nurse. I was like first or second. I seen like one other video posted before me that said P100 nurse, but I don't know if it was legit or if it was like just somebody hacked it, or if it was like some kind of, I guess that's all it would be, probably like a unlocker tool, or it was legit, somebody got it.